Our understanding is how God gives us the understanding and how we really seek. See, I don't read the Bible trying to figure out what it needs to say for me. I read the Bible to try to figure out what it's saying to me. And I have to follow that. Some folk will not like it. Some folks know it because they know God's word. Other folks will say, well, there's a gray area. Well, I deal in black and white because the Bible deals in black and white. There's a right, there's a wrong. If I'm not quite sure which one to do, I refrain. But God bless you. I'm not going to stop you. I'm not going to tear you down. I'm not going to say, well, no, you shouldn't do that, because ultimately, because God said I can pour my spirit on whoever I want to pour my spirit out on. Sons and daughters. In the end, he said he'll put out. I don't have a problem with those kind of things. But there's not a clear-cut answer. And so I'd rather side on this side than the other side. When you are going through whatever you're going through, what has God laid in your heart? What has he laid on your spirit? And don't tell me he's laid it on your spirit and you've done nothing with it. Well, I just believe that the Lord, he didn't call me in the minute. I just believe that the Lord, he called me to go to this place. I just believe. No, because if the Lord calls you, he will qualify you. Not only will he qualify you, he will make sure everything's in place. But let me just tell you this, he won't leave you there if you don't follow the plan. Children of Israel got stuck in the desert because they didn't follow the plan. The promised land was for them, but they refused to follow. And so if you refuse to follow, it's not God's fault. I put you in position. What did you do once you got there? See, we quick to blame other folks for why we ain't where we were supposed to be, but what is your role? What is your part? Is the passion real? Because if it's not, either you need to tighten up that passion, or you need to find something else. You need to pivot, move. God's not going to have you just stuck somewhere. If I wasn't going to play football, I'm going to go somewhere else. If I'm not going to be an entertainer, I'm going to go somewhere else. Why? Because ultimately, I have to have a passion for something. Because if not, if I'm just living this life and I'm not doing anything that required my potential, I think I'm struggling in life. If I got to figure out why to get up, why to go in, why to do these things, I'm not passionate about anything that I'm doing. And if I'm not passionate about anything I'm doing, then my potential does not lie there. Do y'all hear what I'm saying? If I'm not passionate about anything that I'm doing, if I'm complaining, if I'm moaning, if I'm groaning, if somebody's always in the way and this is always an excuse of why I can't be successful, why I'm not this and why I'm not that, let me help you out. Your passion is not there. Because when passion is there, you'll never stop. If you want to achieve, you're going to achieve or you're going to die trying. I watched the Kobe, Bryant talk about his work ethic on that whole dream, the Redeem team, and how Kobe was going into the workouts at like 6 in the morning. Everybody was coming in from the club. And they was like, oh, he on a whole nother level. But he's also known as one of the greatest. Why? Because he did the work nobody else was willing to do. As a matter of fact, because he did the work, other folks started getting up and going, but they're like, if he doing it, I'm going to get there too. Because it can be kind of contagious, right? You in a field, and yet you're the only one doing those things. If I want to get to where he is, I need to start doing that well myself. So you got to become a student of whatever it is you're trying to do. Even when it comes to being a good husband, you better hang around somebody that's a good husband. You can't hang around with no knucklehead. Come on, man, look, let's go ahead, let's hit the club, let's go to the bar, let's do this. Okay, when your marriage fall apart, you know why. You don't have no passion for your marriage, but you got passion for your boys. Same thing with